Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a special day, 111 portal, the 11th of January. So if we look closer, we also have 222 because there's a 2022, and this is bringing us a great harmony, a great energy of love and care. But when we get closer into the numbers of 111, there's a great power of manifestation today. Also a great connection between you and your higher self. So if we will go into meditation today, maybe you can sense a greater connection. Maybe you can sense a greater or louder voice of your intuition. Yesterday I've made a video for you about how to recognize that your intuition is trying to tell you something, that you are experiencing an inner guidance, but you're maybe not paying attention to it. So pay attention to it. Today's energy is truly powerful. Firstly, when it comes to our thoughts, we could say that the magnetic force of each thought you will feel or think, each emotion you will experience, will have greater power. So it's a great time to set the intentions. But the first thing we can do today is to learn to accept and release our past. So we can get closer to the understanding of our spiritual evolution. What it means to accept our past. Many times people are fighting with their memories from the past. Oh, I did it, I'm such a bad person. Oh, that happened, that's why I'm always afraid. Oh, that's why I can't do that, because my parents told me I'm not capable of, and all of that. You know, whatever we are fighting with, we become it. So there is no need to fight with any memory, any experience, anything that's happening, but rather accept it. From acceptance comes an opening of the portal to receive greater ideas how to change it. This is so powerful. To accept something means to say, yeah, well, it happened, but I know I have a capacity to change. I know I have a greater capacity of love within me. I have a greater capacity of talents within me, of ability, that I can overcome any limitation, that I can overcome that false limited belief from my parents, from my friends, my teachers, whoever. Once we understand that we are walking in life through experiences to gain lessons, we find out that we are here in a school. Life is a school. And when we find out that life is just a school, we are always learning and growing. So there is no need to limit yourself. There is no limits to learning and growing. You're not a victim of circumstances. You're just learning lessons. Sooner you find out what's the lesson in certain moment, you will overgrown it. You will become more aware that you are actually bigger than anything. So today's energy is bringing us a great awareness that it's really easy to release the past and create the future. Master number 11 is bringing us an energy of inventor, a visionary, an energy of inspiration, energy of creativity, which is reminding us that we are the creators of our lives. So take your power back. Take your power back and use it for creating. Do not think the thoughts which you don't want to think. So it doesn't mean to say to yourself, I don't want to think that. Become aware of what are you thinking and change it for greater, more empowering thoughts. Because most of our thoughts are unconscious, because they are in our subconscious mind. If we want to change our subconscious mind, We need to reprogram it by new thoughts. By consistent repetition of new thoughts. When you wake up, write down the new thoughts. Who you want to become. What is the greatest expression of yourself in a term of thinking. How your future self is thinking about yourself, about your life, your reality, your results, your manifestations, your talents, your job, whatever. Think about that and consistently repeat it. Write it on a piece of paper. Write affirmations on a piece of paper and carry them with you. Every single time you will remind yourself, read them. Do it for 30 or 60 days. Science is telling to us it requires at least 21 days to reprogram your subconscious mind, to install new thoughts. But it requires at least 66 days to reprogram your body as to install a new habit. So if you will start today, and if you will stay consistent for the next 60 days, after 60 days you will be a changed person. If you want to change a way of thinking, and if you will stay consistent, you will see, firstly you will automatically start thinking new thoughts. Then slowly you will start feeling better. And suddenly you will start seeing more synchronicities. And suddenly you will see serendipities are happening. More and more and more good moments are following. And suddenly your reality is shifting. Maybe half a year from now, your reality will be completely different. And because the whole year of 2022 is built on harmony, faith, love, and care, everything is supporting you to create a greater harmony in your life. So today's day is also bringing us a great energy to connect with our higher self. What it means. Your higher self already knows what's the best for you. So if that part, a greater part of yourself, a wiser part of yourself already knows what's best for you, why not ask your higher self for the guidance, right? So ask your higher self for the guidance. Dare to ask your higher self for the guidance. You can go into meditation. You can just relax and just set a question. It's not necessary that you will receive an answer immediately. But sooner or later, you will get it. Maybe later in a day. Maybe you will come across this video. Or maybe, something will happen which will reaffirm you that this is the answer that you are searching for. As I said at the beginning, today's day is increasing the power of your thoughts. So your higher self is always reminding, hey, get out of that state of thinking, get out of that state of feeling. You're greater than that. You're bigger than that. So become aware of your greatness. What can you appreciate of yourself? Your higher self is always reminding you, what can you appreciate of yourself? Because that's how we raise ourselves beyond the misery, beyond the state of comparison, anger or frustration or impatience or whatever. What can you appreciate right now? What can you be grateful for right now? You're a changed person. If you look into your past, you are a changed person. There's many great things you've already achieved. Maybe some habits are still kinda toxic and you've tried to change them and it didn't work. But you're not a bad person because of that. You're learning and growing. Slowly you're changing. It doesn't mean that you should change immediately. What lessons would we gain if everything would change immediately? That's how we grow. So if you try many things and nothing works, you've still learned a lot of lessons. So pay attention to the lessons and appreciate them. You will experience such a powerful shift in energy. That's the energy we use for creating. We feel that internal joy and internal appreciation for who we are, and we start nurturing more of that energy because there are so many things to appreciate, right? Right now, as I'm filming this, I have a sun shining through the window, and I appreciate that. I feel that warm energy of the sun. I truly appreciate that. There are so many small things we can appreciate. Then today's energy is also reminding us of abundance and independence because of the combination of 111. There's a presence of energy of abundance and independence. So pay close attention to in which areas of your life you want to build or create more abundance, and set the intention for it. You can visualize it as well, or you can create a vision board. Today is a great day to create a vision board, or even better, a feeling board. What is a feeling board? You find a place on your wall or somewhere where you will place on it the things you want to experience or you want to have. But most importantly, you will also put on it how you want to feel in your future. Because what meaning a life of abundance has if it is not fulfilling us, right? So we are fulfilled when we feel fulfilled, not when we have things which are supposed to fulfill us. We are fulfilled when we feel fulfilled. So make sure that your future self is feeling fulfilled. You can write, I'm feeling joyful when I'm doing what I love. I'm feeling gratitude when I'm going through hard moments. I'm excited when I'm waking up. I'm truly inspired when it comes to my work and my job. Making money is so easy for me. I'm so happy that I can do what I'm doing. You know, when we write all those things down and we put it somewhere where we can see daily, we'll be reminded that that's where we are going. It would be really hard to not be inspired to walk towards that kind of life, right? And if we appreciate what we have, we will see more things or tools to use to get there faster. So you can see, if we in-tune ourselves to today's energy, everything is supporting us to create those kind of plans. It's not to start working on projects immediately, because January is more like a slow month, moving slowly. Relax, take time for yourself, acknowledge how you feel, acknowledge who you want to become, acknowledge what you want to experience in the future, and then meditate on that. See some desires will change, some beliefs about your future will change, some will fall away, and maybe your higher self will give you a greater guidance or a greater idea of what's best for you. But then in February, you will start working on that. There will be an urge to create those shifts. January it's the first month under the number 1. It's all about connection with yourself. It's about intuition. It's about initiation, the beginning. But to initiate something, firstly we need to have a plan. We need to have a clear idea what we want, right? And to have a clear plan, it requires some time. That's why we have a whole month to think about it, to visualize it, to plan it. January was always, even if we go into the ancient times, it was always the most important month of the year, because that's where our ancient ancestors were planning their future. So, on an energetic level, it's a slower month to slow down, to think about the future, to think about ourselves, and to embrace our spiritual evolution, to acknowledge that we are not the same as we were before, so our desires are changing, our beliefs are changing, our thinking patterns are changing. Maybe at certain areas which we used to be quiet in the past, now we are speaking our truth. That's what happens when we start changing. We are evolving into a greater self. Another powerful thing that today's day is bringing us is the energy of unity. Unity, the energy of the unity is reminding us that everything is one. We are not separated from anything, so become aware what kind of beliefs, thoughts, and emotions are reaffirming you that you are separated from something that you want to experience, because it's an illusion. We know that feeling separated from something happens when we are in emotions of survival, when we are afraid, when we are angry, when we are comparing ourselves with others, when we are judging, when we are impatient. So all of that happens when we start feeding our mind with information which is kinda scaring us, which is kinda pushing us into a state of being of survival. So pay close attention to with what are you feeding your mind, because as I said, thoughts today and in the next day will have much stronger power. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware, nurture your spirit. Express gratitude. Express gratitude. Be creative. When we are creative, we are completely present. We are not thinking about anything. We are just present. That's how we are nurturing the spirit. We open the channel so the universe can express itself through us. Sometimes we can do it on the canvas. I'm painting here. Sometimes people are writing poetry and books and blogs and all possible stories. Sometimes people are making craft out of it, and all possible things. We can cook as channelers, and the meal will be really loving one, really healthy one. You see, you can be a channel for anything if we let ourselves to be. So today's day is really, really powerful when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to connection with your higher self, when it comes to a greater understanding of yourself, when it comes to nurturing your soul, your spirit. So just meditate on that. It will help you if you will step outside onto the sun and just download some energy from it. There's a power within it. And remember that abundance is already present. It may not be in a form of money, but it's in a form of ideas. Depends of where you are. Some of you are already living a life of abundance financially. But maybe you still sense that you are not feeling completely in a state of abundance. It may be because you're still not sharing your gifts with the world. You may pay close attention to what more can you give which will fulfill you and will also provide greater values to the world. But if you're living a life which is not in abundance of money yet, think about if maybe you're experiencing an abundance of ideas, or maybe you have an abundance of tools around you which could help you to create more wealth in your life, but you're not using them yet. You're not acknowledging yet what you actually have. You have a computer, maybe you have an internet, or a phone, and you're thinking about how to make money online, you have all the tools you need. Maybe you need more knowledge and you can learn. Maybe you need more experiences. You can gain them by practicing, by trying different things. You don't need money for that. You need time and focus, and you have that. So think about it. Abundance is always present, but we are so limited, thinking that abundance is only this, abundance is only that. As we think love is only when my partner will hug me and say that he or she loves me. But love is much more. You pet a dog and that's your expression of love for the dog. You give a food to a bird and that's your expression of love for the bird. It has infinite ways of how can we express it. So unlimit yourself, because you are unlimited spiritual being having a human experience. And in that human experience, we usually limit ourselves with our minds because we don't know how to use them more powerfully. But our job is to learn more about it, to gain knowledge, to teach ourselves, and also to unlearn what we've been taught in the past, which is a false information, maybe. So think about that and use today's energy for creating, because you can. This is it for today, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, and I'm sending you all love, blessings, and lots of power. If you would like to find more about my art, you can find it on my Instagram page, I Draw My Passion. See you there, my friends. Until next time, one love.